Hello and welcome to Kerbal Space Round. Some of you might have noticed in my other videos with the Saturn V carrier, there's this cockpit called the Heavy Fuselage Cockpit. You might have wondered just how heavy that cockpit is. Well, wait no further, you can see it's so big that I can't actually zoom out far enough without sliding the camera to show you. Yes, those are 1 meter engines. Yes, there's 24 of them on this plane. Yes, this is actually a plane. And yes, it actually flies. And guess what's inside the plane? Yeah, the fuselage of the Saturn V carrier is in fact itself being carried as cargo inside this plane. Of course, I actually have an empty Saturn V in here. Also, I noticed a problem with the bottom side of it. I hadn't noticed that the lights and the cargo attachment spots stick out at the bottom. So I'm actually, I'm going to release a Mark II version of it. That's going to fix those problems. Also, this one doesn't have the lights on it because I had to recreate it in here. I didn't have the right tools to recreate it properly because this is still KSP 0.25 right now. And once I update, hopefully I'll update pretty soon, I'll be able to have proper tools to do that stuff better, which is amazing because 0.90. Anyhow, as you can see, it fits in here. There's some space in the back. It's actually put in the rear of the big cargo bay, and that's to balance the center of mass, because the center of mass and center of lift in this thing have kind of, well, they don't have any issues anymore. Well, actually, no, yeah, they don't have any issues anymore. I fixed that, but I had to move it back quite a bit to do that. Now, you might be noticing something very strange about the look of this plane, something I myself am really not happy with. Notice how big the rear of the plane is, and how small the front of the plane is, and yet the center of mass is right there. I really don't like that, and I believe the fuel's in this one, yeah. I put the fuel as far back as I could to make the center of mass go further back, but this heavy fuselage tail is just really small. Well, not really small, really lightweight, and so this plane ends up looking a bit ridiculous. It's also a bit buggy in that it nearly crashed while trying to load just now, and here we are in the runway though, and so you can see that it actually takes off. And it fires up the engines extremely slowly. It also runs at slower than normal time warp and with a bad frame rate because it is huge. Well, it is huge. Also, the fact that I have KSC curb inside, excuse me, not KSC++, curb inside installed. I think that also has some performance impact here, unfortunately. I am using these lovely engines from the BD accessory, or Bahudo Dynamics, I'm not quite sure how to say it. I'll link to it in the description. But yes, this plane, ooh, it's very close to hitting the edge there. Oh shit! Well, half the engines fell off on the rear here. Don't know why, but half the engines fell off. Also, it's desperately trying to rotate for some reason. Probably something to do with the fact that it lost half of the engines on the back here. So let's just go ahead and shut these down. But as you can see, it does fly. I'm not patient enough to try and come around and land it again. And it's terrible, but, you know, someone, I forget who, they called it in the comments section of one of the other videos involving the Saturn V carrier. They said that I should do Planeception, and well, they called it. I had already planned to, and now I have. Unfortunately, it didn't go as well as I might hope. Also, I'd like to mention the Heavy Fuselage System. That is the name of the mod that I'm using that has these huge fuselage pieces. It is an alpha, and it unfortunately doesn't have very many cargo bays that are very good, and it needs a lot of work. And I thought I told this to open already, but I guess I didn't. But yes, you can see we have that. And I'm actually going to drop the Saturn V fuselage out of the back right now. First, I'm going to lower the landing gear to see if those ones in there will lower as well, which I think they will. Yeah, okay. Firing. Oh my god, I think it's gonna get stuck in there or explode. Because of the landing gear. It's actually stuck on the back now. It's actually trying to fly away on its own because it has better lift than this ship, and because KSP physics are a little bit derpy. But yes, I can stick a plane in a plane, and I can even stick a plane in the plane that's in this plane. And if I really wanted to get creative, I could probably make a plane in a plane in a plane in a plane in a plane, but then the game would cry and crash. Also, it already crashes a bit with this, so, you know, it's kind of... I can't really do much else. In any case, I think I'll go crash this now. Or, you know, just cause the wings to fall off. I was going to try and turn it and crash it on land, but it turns out it just decided to have the wings fall off when I time accelerated it to 3x. Probably because all the thrust was going through the wings on kind of a single sheet of wings that wasn't strutted all that well. So I guess now we get to see this bomb the water. Thanks for watching. As always, see you, hopefully, the other way up. By the other way up, I meant actually going up into space, not, you know, down. Down is not up. Unless you're in space. Then it can be. Also, if you don't remember the story of this ship, I suggest you go look at another video.
This game is really not that great. I feel that it is lacking depth. The combat system has yet to really evolve into something that's any good whatsoever.
Alright, I couldn't leave you with just that, so I decided to pull up the Saturn carrier Mark I, and let's take it for a quick little joyride. I'm going to try to replicate what happened to that one over there. That kind of, you know, crashed but survived crashing. So, here I am flying. Excuse me. And here I am seeing from this view with a slight glitchiness. Let's pretend that's not happening. And I'm actually going to exit the cockpit entirely so I can fly it better. But I'm going to turn around and turn around. Basically, I'm doing... This is pretty much the flight plan I had it when that one crashed. And by flight plan, I of course mean terrible, terrible idea of how to fly. As you see, this thing is quite maneuverable when empty. Of course, it's fairly maneuverable even when full, so that's pretty neat. Anyhow, this is basically what I was doing when I was flying that one. I was like, okay, I know I'm falling down, but I don't care right now. I'm just kind of looking at it from the cockpit point of view. I'm thinking, you know, see, look, like from this view, you can't really tell that you're going down so much. And then I'm like, at some point, I was like, oh shit, I'm really going down. And it was probably right along, you know, right along here, except I was higher up. I'm kind of like, huh, I'm getting pretty close to the ground. I should probably pull up. And then I just hit the ground. Of course, right there, I was flying higher that time, so I didn't do the same thing. But the whole point of this video right now is to do the same thing, so I've got to try and get a bit lower, a bit more ridiculous. Fortunately, I don't have radar altimeter. Maybe I do in the cockpit somewhere. But right now, I don't see it. Right now, though, I think I will manage to collide into this mountain here. Oh! And there it is. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit! Hey, this one survived, again. You know? Come on, stop switching me automatically to that. I want to see the explosion. There's a piece flying still. That was probably... God damn it, don't switch me to this again. What's this? Ah, this is part of the new explosion. The new crash. Oh, hey, there's a piece flying. There we go. Surveying the crash site. No, it's that piece that's doing the weird loop that I want to see. Ah, here we go. So apparently if you build a wing like this, it will just loop forever on its own until it crashes. Oh, let's see what it does now. Oh, that little bit on the end was giving it the power it needed. Also, there's a player.me notification. Shh, I didn't do that. I didn't accidentally leave that on while recording. Again. Thanks for watching. As always, try not to crash your plane into the ground or the ocean, and see you in space.